Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be a best of 3 featuring Haya and Killer top right on Paladin. For game number 1, it's going to be our blue Terran player. It's going to be Haya, and in the top left, we're going to have a red Zerg. It is Killer. All right, man, so another best of 3 sent to me by RJB. Terry the Overlord, I'm moving out the wrong way, which, you know, keeps him alive. So, hey, Terry, you won the lottery today. I know. Not getting killed doesn't feel like it's a lottery, but believe me, it is. Okay, so it's a TVZ starting here on Polypoid. It's a best of 3. Let me know in the comments if you want more best of 3s, because I have another one that I don't know, I need to cast, right? Right. Ba-doom. All right, what are we doing here? Nothing crazy. Nobody's going crazy pool first. No SCVs going out for a proxy here in game number 1, which is what's nice, honestly, about these best of 3s, is we'll get more shorter games than are normally cast on the channel, but as part of a longer VOD that you can still enjoy. It's still a lot of StarCraft, but you get some, you know, cheesy, a little bit more aggressive openings than we normally see in the games that I cast on this channel. So, again, nothing crazy here at all. It looks very much like a 12-hatch play here from our guy Killer. Just, you know, throwing down a barracks at the top of his ramp here. So that's what we've got Haya doing. Taking his gas. Okay. Interesting. So the gas, early gas here indicates we're going to see some kind of an aggression. Because usually it's just going to be one racks expand, right? Doesn't have money to expand anyway. So drone comes in from the top left, and I think the SCV pretty much has a good idea. Yeah, that's probably where the Zerg player is. We're going to check there first anyway, so let's just continue along that line. And yeah, SCV's already pulled off to make sure that the drone can't harass the SCV building the first barracks, because, you know, killing this SCV is kind of a huge deal. On the other side, spawning pool, extractor, anything nuts here from Killer? No, absolutely not. Drone probably wants to get a scout off on this gas, would be my guess. Although not really. Just kind of turning around. I don't know, can he get vision from here all the way up? I guess he could see, probably could see an SCV returning with gas, and that's enough to tell him what's going on. And the Zerg player can't hide anything from the SCV here either. So both players are pretty much wide out in the open as to what's going on here today. There is a quick factory here. Is this just a straight mech opening from Haya, or is it 2-port Wraith? We did see a 2-port Wraith game last week featuring Lita and Killer, so does Killer have to deal with 2-port Wraith twice in about a week's time? I don't know. Tune in and find out. Yeah, if you didn't watch that Lita game because you're like, meh, whatever, Lita's not, you know, Flash. Dude, he 2-port Wraith opened. We do not see that very much. You should check it out to see how it was executed and see how Killer handled it, right? What he did in response. Did it work for Lita? I'm not going to tell you. Did Killer shut it down? I don't know. We're not talking about that here today. We're here for this game. So, 2 Basin, he's getting a very fast creep up because he recognizes, okay, let's see, it's probably going to be some Vulture pressure early. Having a Sunken is really nice against that. But Vulture comes running in here. I want it to be able to die to Sunken shots. You know, if you don't have anything, it's bad news. Bears, Ling's trying to chase that thing down, especially because we don't have metabolic boost yet. Is he not getting metabolic boost? Lings, I need you to run real quick. I don't think that came through. Maybe it did, because the lair's almost done. It's usually lair, then metabolic boost, then you save up your gas for Aspire and Mutas. But yeah, look at that. Starport. There's one Vulture, because why not, right? You can afford it. Interesting, though. Is he really going to 2-port Wraith this guy? Man, Killer, just getting 2-port Wraithed all over the place on the channel. I mean, I don't think these, you know, I don't think Killer played these 2 games directly one after the other, obviously, but, you know, still kind of weird that Killer's a Zerg player involved in this. We just don't see it very much at all. I love it. I like it a lot. Check out RJB, man. He's here on the YouTube. So it is a Wraith, but it's not a 2-port Wraith. It is a 1-port Wraith opening with Spider Mines. So that indicates we're going to see some mech here. We're going to see Wraith with mech support, which is interesting. Usually 2-port Wraith is just in conjunction with a ton of Marines and medics and stuff, but wow. And a very quick science facility? What the heck is going on? It's not nuke rush. We're not nuke rushing here, are we? That would be nuts. Engineering Bay coming in because he's like, okay, I still have to worry about mutas. And by the way, there's a spire just about done here at the front door of the Zerg base, and he's got enough gas for about 6 to 7 to 8 mutalisks. They're going to show up. They're going to be mean. Is he going for faster radiates? This is so crazy to me. What do you... this is a 5-minute science facility. Maybe he just likes science a lot. Irradiate. Researching irradiate. With your 200 gas. You're going to make a science vessel? You going to do anything with this building you just constructed, sir? No? Okay. Maybe later, I guess, then. That's totally cool. Did a Wraith kill an Overlord? Oh, yeah. Wraith just killed an Overlord. Supply block killer. That's pretty sweet. Ling running through spider minefields, trying to clear him out for his buddies. He misses this one, though. That kind of sucks. And the mutas are hunting this vulture. I mean, I don't know the vulture is preventing much of a threat. Now the spider mines are gone, but whatever. There's more race laying spider mines. I'm still waiting. Okay. The Radiate gets started. Science vessel started. Cool. So he is using the science facility. Haya's not a total idiot, but this is definitely a non-standard opening, man. He's going to have her radiate like at 6 minutes? This is going to finish before, I don't know, around 7 minutes, man. So the mutas come in, but there's Marines and there's turrets all over the place. And ow, ow, ow. We've already taken like 47 hits. This is really bad. There's really not. Oh, and they see the science vessel already, and they're like, what? Did kill an SCV, though. That's nice. No biggie. SCV getting murderized there, and they're going to fight against the starport. Rage! Rage against the starport. No more science vessels for Haya. Third base coming in where that vulture was over there with a 9 o'clock position. Another SCV dies. These mutas have found a little position, but a Radiate's going to be coming in soon for... He's trying to kill SC. Man, another SCV dies. There's the Irradiate at 75. And the mutas, man, I think they might just all die here. This is not great. Okay, so Haya loses all of his mutalisks in an effort to kill this starport, which he doesn't do. I mean, yes, he killed some SCVs. Yes, he killed a couple turrets that were trying to be constructed, but that's it, man. Wow. Haya held that, I think, pretty darn impressively. Those mutas did damage, yes. But the fact that they're dead totally makes up for that. They're out. No more mutas in production. We went for a ton of mutas. Got some Scourge to do with the early science vessel. But right now, we're going Lurker Aspect. We're moving... Oh, there's Metabolic Boost. Speed wasn't done. Man, he delayed that forever, didn't he? And that's Barracks, Barracks, Barracks. Okay, fine. So, weird. Very fast science vessel. Very fast Irradiate. Getting spider mines out there. Running around with vultures. Throwing them down. And then, you know, just casually moving into like a Marine medic tank kind of a thing. Some SK Terran stuff. Huh. It's non-standard. I mean, he kind of ended up at the same place. So that's cool and everything. I love this one muta with, you know, 6 Scourge. What's up, guys? I'm one of you now. All my brothers are dead. Nah, he didn't see them die. He wasn't alive at the time. Macro hatch. Cool. Queen's Nest coming in from Killer. I don't... Why? What is this? He's trying to... There you go. Fine. Took down a science vessel. Nice. For like 6 Scourge and a Mutalisk. I don't think that's a good trade. Like 2 Scourge, maybe 3 Scourge for a science vessel's good. But 6 of them? And a Muta? Seems questionable. I don't know about Killer here in this game. His ZVT is excellent. Like, I'm not telling you he's bad at ZVT, but I don't know if he's responding properly to this weird stuff that Haya is working on today. Yeah, it's science vessel production. It's tank production. He's going for range for Marines, +1 attack for Marines. He's got 4 barracks up. He's got 2 bases rocking, but I don't know, 3 bases here from Killer. He's at 40 drones. He's got 3 extractors. He could probably expand here if he wanted to. He's got a hive coming in. I mean... Going for ground carapace, which is good for all of his ground units. One of the more useful upgrades in the entire game. That's why it's so gosh darn expensive. That's why it's a 150 instead of, you know, 100 like it is for missile attack and melee attack, because less useful. And we get a ka-chow here. We get a ka-chow? We get a ka-chow. Oh, Oh, he can't afford it. Okay, never mind. He's thinking about it. It's like, never mind. You're going to try to break this? I don't know. Two-basing Terran that's not sitting on two bases is hard to break. Wait for them to move out and then kill him. Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. Scourge, a little too slow. Marines, no! Killed one! Are you kidding me? That should not have happened. Maybe the Marine Cat wasn't heavy enough. These tanks are just like, die. And the Lurkers are like, oh, yeah? You die. We're on high ground. You're missing your shots sometimes. Takes out two tanks. Moves forward into this. Into tank fire. What a madman. Another tank dies, but Lurker down, Lurker down, Lurker down. That one's almost very, very dead. Oh, kind of a stalemate there, huh? Nobody really got any progress. There's that fourth base coming in here from Haya. His hive is done. The final round, yep, getting started now. That Dark Swarm, that Plague, we know how that works here in game number 1. Don't we? We've gotten to the point where it is viable at about 10 minutes here. So, Lings have speed. They have Carapace upgrade working on Adrenal Glands, working on +2 Carapace upgrade. You know, that Carapace upgrade, you know, really helped against these, you know, 0-0 tanks. Not bad, honestly. Killer's like, I got this. Wow. He just decides to kind of roll right on in here. Scourge connect. Dude, 2 Science Vessels died. Lings are kind of rolling over everything, but not as much, I think, as, wow, Killer wanted. Okay, so a lot of tanks died there. 2 Science Vessels went down. A ton of Marines died, but, again, Killer was not able to bust through. Haya defending moderately well here. He's got 6 racks. He's looking, I don't know, third base at 11 minutes. Doesn't seem like it's too early, man. That's what I'd recommend. Consume on the way. Then we're going to see Plague, and you know how the show works. Adrenal's done, so there's 0-0 Adrenal Lings, man. But these Marines don't have an armor upgrade, so you know what? Adrenal's a good upgrade. Take that Science Vessel. Yeah, I think Killer came out on top on that trade for sure. I mean, these Overlords dying kind of sucks. And not going to be a supply block in Killer because he's got like 40% more supply than he needs right now. But, you know, later, Ultralisks coming in. And I don't know. I just feel like Killer's kind of got this thing in the bag. I don't know that Haya's very weird start really did anything for him. I mean, okay, yes, he did kill like 8 or 9 Mutalisks for very few losses. Look at these Lings. They're like, we got it. We got Carapace upgrades. We got Adrenal. Let's win, baby. And they did. Fourth base coming up down south from Killer. Still no sign of a third base here from Haya, and I worry about that for him. We're adding Fire Bats out of the composition because, well, Killer's relying a heck of a lot on Zerglings here. But 49 workers for the Zerg. His Ultralisk Cavern is done. So we're going to see Ultras soon, and your Marines with their no armor upgrades? Why would you go in there, Marines? I guess the Fire Bats are in the mix. But man, I mean, these are, again, +1 Carapace on the Lings. Really pretty tanky. The Defiler throws up a Dark Swarm. Dies anyway. Lings fighting. If they had +2 Carapace, this might work out better. So yeah, 2 basin. No sign of a third base. Haya needs to crush now. He needs to kill a base. He needs to kill this base. Maybe this base. Maybe get all the way into the natural and the main. One of those things needs to happen for Haya or he's dead. But that's 5 Ultras on the way, man. It's just, it's not happening. It's not happening, Captain. Not at all. Oh, ay caramba. Chitinous plating is coming in. I mean, he's working on infantry armor and infantry weapons. So Haya's trying to get those upgrades, but he's just late on them because he went for that, again, super weird opening. So Killer's way ahead on really important upgrades. Killer's like, I guess I'll expand again. Oh, this is so bad. Look at this Scourge count. Look at this Science Vessel dying. Maybe Killer decides to pull back a little bit, regroup, maybe flank him here. Yeah, I don't think this group's going to survive this. Scourge, thinking about it. Oh, got irradiated. Nice. It's easy to split Scourge because they don't stack. Hooray! Good job. Way to get out of there, irradiated Scourge. Not kill your fellows. But I mean, yeah, at this point, Killer needs to pretty much stop making drones, stop expanding, although he keeps firing up more drones here. Because this 2-base play is pretty scary. Pretty scary from Haya. He's got 2 attack and 1 armor now. Not bad. The Ultras don't have anabolic synthesis, so attacking in the open like this is bad. Skirt! Not connecting! Okay, that hurts. That's investing a lot into Scourge that get no damage done. Okay, maybe one of these maybe took a hit. I don't know if it was during that attack, though. Yeah, now we can irradiate these Ultras. They'll hurt their friend. Look at this guy hurting his friends. Nope, he's just hurting all of these Lings a little bit as they run past. Lol. Yeah, Scourge here to make sure boxing maneuvers don't happen. A Plague catches 2 of the Science Vessels there. Very good, but this is so much Marine and Medic. And like a Fire Bat. Ultra down. Yes. Lings. Ultras fighting. Haya seems pretty decisive. He wants to go after this base. Dark Swarms are already up here, but Lings are running out of the Dark Swarms. Ultras coming in. Scourge do connect somewhat. Not amazingly well, but look at these Ultras getting burned down. They don't have anabolic synthesis yet. My gosh, holding the line here. The Ultras are so hard to kill. They have chitinous plating, which they do. And they almost have full armor upgrades. Not quite there yet. I mean, it's hard for them to chase when they don't have Adrenal. Whoa, is that a drop? Did he run these guys by? They're dead, but, you know, not bad work. Some drones died there for sure. But everybody else died. I don't see how we got a dropship past these Scourge. I don't know where it is either. He probably just ran them past. Just a whoop. Run them right on in. I mean, Sunken got sniped. Oh, the Spire went down too during that engagement. Not great. Nidus Canal coming in here from Killer. Reinforcing purposes, obviously. Nope. Dude, are you serious right now? Haya has taken a 3rd base during all of that chaos. He's like, yeah, man, look. Working on +3 attack on my guys. They got stim. They got range. Got science vessels. Not, you know, flash level science vessels. It's only 6 instead of 15, but still, it seems like a viable number to make some work here. Radiates that Defiler before it can really get close enough to do anything at all. Yeah. Sorry, friendo. Not happening. He needs to replace that Spire because he needs the Scourge. Where's he building that? Main? Yeah, main. Okay. Radiates. Science vessels. Yeah. Nom. Standing and fighting. No Dark Swarms at all. Just getting a nice surround here on Haya's army, and the Irradiate providing extra damage against those Marines, even as they harm their friends. That was big. 117 to 106 supply there for Killer. He's in the lead. This 3rd base is not super well defended, but nothing seems to be heading this way. And this Overlord can it? Yeah, this Overlord knows there's Marines here. Probably knows there's a base there too. So look, he's got, what, 6 bases. He really should be able to take down a 3-basing Haya at this point. I'm just saying, these are fully armor upgraded Ultralisks. They're working on +2 attack and everything. They've got speed. They've got, again, the chitinous plating. We're very aware of that. And we're just science vesseling our way to victory here. There are so many. Okay, again, 6. Why did I think there were more than that? Oh, there's 4 down here, too. Oh, okay, so there's 10. Fire bats. Try to put the work in on these guys. Dark Swarm comes up. Retreat. Another Dark Swarm pops up. Retreat. But it's 135 to 111 supply. The science vessels, I don't know. They can't do everything, can they? Can they give our Terran player a win where he's down 30 supply at this stage of the game? I mean, if Ultras want to path in one at a time and just get blitzed, that's good for Haya. Haya's okay with that. But this 4th base is in a lot of trouble. Is it? Is it in a lot of trouble here? Defensive Matrix Firebat versus Ultralisk. Who will win? Ultra flees. Love the Defensive Matrix Firebat very, very much. Actually, getting Vulture movement at this point is Haya. What a weird choice. But yeah, he's 3-basing it. He's scanning all over the place. Like, ah, yes, there's a base down here. Oh. Just irradiated a worker. I guess Burrow hasn't been researched. Interesting. And yeah, just science vessels are like, you don't have enough Scourge to do anything here. So we're just going to irradiate everything. Like that Defiler is going to get irradiated. Look at you. Oh, after you all get plagued, then you irradiate him? No? Oh, you got him. Sure. After he plagued all your butts. Fine. It's actually a pretty close game. This Defiler. Oh, no. Why'd he park amongst those drones? What an idiot. Oh, Ling's in here attacking this 4th base. Marine's trying to save it there. These medics are not healing their friends up at all. Probably should all work together, guys. But that's a GG. Too much Zerg. Yeah, too much Zerg there. The 4th base going down. This Ultralisk is still crushing through. And that's a game 1 win for Killer. Awesome. Really awesome stuff. Well done. I mean, super well done. That was fantastic. Way to go. I mean, truly impressive display there on game number 1. I feel like not having 3 attack at this point. Well, maybe he already had 3, but it was late. It was late. Hurt him. He never killed a base either, right? He didn't kill this, didn't kill this, didn't kill this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this. He killed a couple drones here. He kind of peeked up here, but no. If you don't slow down a Zerg economy at all in 20 minutes against somebody as good as Killer is, you're going to have a bad time. So yeah, he won some battles. He had some really nice irradiates. He killed a ton of Ultras and Lings, but at the end of the day, the Zerg player could afford to do that because he had a gajillion places that were giving him beautiful, delicious amounts of income there. So he just overwhelmed him. That's how that works sometimes. So game 1 goes to the Zerg. What do we got? 128,000 points there from Haya, 148 from Killer. Yeah, look at it. Lost way more units, but outproduced the Terran by a whole bunch, and that's why it worked and out-resourced the guy by, 12,000 resources. So that's game 1. Good stuff. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's check out game number 2. And Terran fans, if Haya doesn't win here, it's a 2-0. So let's check it out. Game 2 is here on Fighting Spirit. Bottom left, it is our pink Zerg player. It's going to be Killer. And in the bottom right, we've got our red Terran player. It is Haya. All right. So game 1, I kind of feel like Haya let Killer expand a little bit too much. But you know that because you watched game 1 before this one. Or maybe just went right to game 2. Who am I to judge? All right, Terror the Overlord's counting out on Fighting Spirit the wrong way again. That's right, man. You like Fighting Spirit. You're comfortable here. That is my interpretation. And yeah. Woof. So again, if you want to support the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Helps the algorithm know there are people interested in my stuff. And I'm already creeping up on 60,000 subscribers. So again, I'm here 6 times a week with Brood War content. Do with that information what you will. So pink versus red here. I don't know, man. A little bit too close for comfort from an observation standpoint. Anywho, what are we looking at? Nothing crazy, man. Again, no proxies, no pool first plays. It really looks like Killer just wants to go for that 12 hatch-a-rooney. I don't know. This feels like an overpool to me. Oh, I'm a liar. Am I a liar? No. Okay, so this drone's moving out for hatch purposes. What do we got? We got this. Excellent. In fact, quite excellent. Doom, 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 doom. But yeah, barracks coming up at home. SCV going for the scatter. You're going to scout the right way, man. You're going to scout the correct direction here today, Mr. SCV. Make all of your friends proud of you. Pretty sure that's what's happening. Oh, they thought the game locked up because they both went, huh. They both got stuck on each other. That's hilarious. Give each other a high five. Probably did a secret handshake, right? Because, I don't know. Maybe workers all get along. It's the working class, right? They respect each other. They, they're both being told what to do. I don't know if drones have the free will to know they're being told what to do, but maybe they do. Eh? All right. So, is this going to be a 1-Rax expand? Block it. Block it. Ah, all right. So the SCV is a better fighter than a drone, but the drone regenerates. So the drone says, all right, not worth it. And a Marine's coming out anyway. So SCV says, okay, hatch first play. And I can do an early expand. All right, man. So that is the benefit of scouting your opponent first on a giant 4-player map like Fighting Spirit. Anyway, yeah, Haya killer here today for you. Excellent stuff. Again, thanks RJB for sending in these replays. They're always excellent. Game 1 was a ton of fun. I just think, I don't know, need a little bit more pressure early from the Terran. You got to kill some bases if you're going to take down a macro monster like Killer is. This guy actually got behind the minimap there and got hit a little bit. That's not great for him. Lair coming in with that first 100 gas over here at the natural base. Trying to hide it a little bit from the Terran player, no big deal. Supply depot, and then maybe a bunker just in case you're worried about Lings running in here. But I mean, that's a 2nd Rax finishing, and this SCV knows it's not a ton of Lings. Actually, 6 Lings out is more than the 4 we had in the last game. And he's probably going to die and be unable to provide any more information. So yeah, this could be a Ling flood. So at this point, I would be a little bit worried about that. I might throw up a bunker starting now, because these Lings are coming in. Metabolic boost is on the way. We're not delaying it like crazy like we saw in the first game. I'm not even sure if that was delayed as much as I thought it was forgotten, actually. So this is a little bit dicey, but again, speed's not going to be done. These Marines, yeah, there we go. Getting out there, getting some early hits off on these Lings is really important stuff. Okay, good. That was excellent. Guess what? Surprise. Spire's coming in. Neat. This is what Zerg players do. These are the openings. Anyway, and third base here at about 4.5 minutes from Killer 2. So yeah, pretty darn incredibly standard opening here. Truly, truly standard stuff. Yeah, what's going on in the world of StarCraft? Well, we all know that Royal won the last ASL. We'll see who wins the next one here. Royal making Terran fans everywhere very happy about the state of Terran in 2022. In Brood War, it always just blows my mind that there are so many great players still playing this game and so many fans really enjoying StarCraft content 24 years after Brood War came out. That's insane to me. I'm not sure there's any other video game that has quite the amount of following. Seems like everything else kind of peters off, but man, StarCraft Brood War stayed real strong. A real big part of that, obviously, is the Koreans, who still love it. Kind of rejected StarCraft 2, obviously, like a lot of you have done. So that helps keep a game around if the sequel is not well received by the biggest fan base there is for it, right? Anyway, 8 mutas coming in. Stim getting researched. Turret's already up, so maybe turret's a little bit earlier than needed here, but you know what? Better a little bit early than late when the mutas are coming for you, yeah? Yeah, so range on the way, stim's done, weapons upgrade coming in, medics being produced. Turret count 3 in the natural base. Is that a 4th coming up? Yo! He's really preparing for Mutalisks today, and I'm not sure that Killer is even prepared to make that many. I mean, yeah, he's got 8 here with a 9th flying in and a 10th. And I guess, you know, maybe he is going for like a 12, 11 stack here. Possible. But yeah, I mean, just sick control. I mean, let's not say Killer is an incredible macro player. Doesn't mean his micro sucks. Obviously, it's very, very good. You know, you don't get to be this level of a StarCraft player when being terrible with your micro, right? That's me. That's how I play StarCraft. I'm like, well, I got a lot of stuff. Let's go. And I don't know about this. I don't know about this, guys. There are, again, 4 turrets here in the natural base. I'm just going to keep pointing that out. It is 4 of them. Absolutely crazy stuff. Hydralisk Den coming in. Killer does like adding those lurkers into play, and it's just standard stuff, right? You put the lurkers at the top of the ramp, so Marines can't kill your third base as easy. These mutas. Oh, this guy's got to be careful. Yeah, 1 muta flying past a bunker and 3 turrets is probably enough to kill it, I would argue, quite nicely. Yeah. So here's the 11 stack with the Overlord in it to provide the stacking capabilities here. And yeah, you're taking turret hits here, but you're taking SCVs down with it. And I don't think any mutas have died yet either, so this is way better muta control from our guy Killer in game number 2 on the Fighting Spirit. Actually, Haya says, I don't need those. Don't need those extra turrets. No big deal. So traditionally how this works is you get Lurker Aspect, you make a couple Hydras, you send them up, you hope they don't get intercepted, but the whole point is you're pressuring the Terran so he doesn't feel comfortable enough to intercept that, right? I don't know. We've got our 3 medics. We've got our huge group of Marines here. They've got the range. They've got the stim. They've got the +1 attack, right? So pushing into the natural base is something that's on his mind, which is why we probably want some Sunkens in here. If we're honest with ourselves as Terran players, as a Terran, you're like, come on. Or a Zerg player, you're like, come on. Build some Sunkens here. What are you doing? Is he going to Sunken up? No, he just made Hydras here. I guess that works too. Making Hydras at your 3rd base and just putting the Lurkers on the top of the ramp from those guys. And these Lurkers can be produced at home. Fine. Everything's going great here for our dude, Killer. Quick hive upgrade. Neat evolution chamber for those upgrades. Fancy stuff. And yeah, science facility coming around here around 850. So not that queered? Not that weird open build that we saw from Haya in game 1. He's got a bunch of Marines now. They've got that +1 attack. They have the range. They have the stim. They're working on further upgrades pretty quickly. That Overlord does die. Does supply block Killer. That's not great. Not super ideal for this dude at all. Yeah, I don't know. Haya likes to dance, right? He's dancing here. He's dancing here. Because he did go for a couple drops. He's gone for drops before, but I don't know. It's not something he does a lot of. Like, Ample really likes to drop Zerg players, and he's very good at it. I'm just not sure that Haya's on that list. It doesn't really seem like he's interested in mech here. He's adding tanks into the mix here, yes. Got his 4th barracks in production here. Adrenal on the way. Man, Killer really likes these low upgrade lings getting Adrenal. These are 0-0 lings, man. With Adrenal Gland, gonna be finished way before they have an armor or an attack upgrade. Absolutely hilarious. Mutaflock has taken some hits from these Marines, but they've given as good as they've got. I felt like they've killed some medics. They've killed some Marines here, too. Hyatt is kind of hanging out. Kind of in no man's land. Not even halfway between the 2 bases. Just like, I live here now, and he's like, okay, we got tanks. Let's move. I like it. I don't think he had... Did he have tanks? Yeah, he had those tanks in game 1, and then he lost them to Lurkers, which was a very weird thing, but Lurker 1 down, Lurker 2 down. All right, that's a good start. And there are no Sunkens here. Muta's picking off that tank. Beautiful. Muta flank in, finishes off the tank that was already bruised up. Sick defense here from Killer. I'm like, where are your Sunkens? And he says, shut up, Falcon. I don't need them. I got Lurkers. I've got Defilers coming in. Consumes getting researched. And then my Mutas can do what they need to do. Macro Hatch is coming in at the 3rd base from Killer. Still no 3rd base here from Haya. Might just be macroing up for a really big 2-base push. And again, that's what's fun about these best of 3s is sometimes we get these. We get 1-base attacks. We get 3-base attacks. We get 2-base attacks. Sometimes we don't get up to a 4th base because the attempt to kill the Zerg player is so early. So this is kind of what this looks like, isn't it? All right, tank up. Dark Swarm comes in. Ah! Oh, no. Killer doing the work to win this game. Defending so well. Dark Swarm coming out just when he needs it. The timing is impeccable. Chitin is plating on the way. Nubatai's Carapace on the way. The Terran needs to win this game or he's done. It's a 2-0, and I'll put some spoiler stuff at the end of this cast. You won't even know based on the length of the VOD. Ooh, it is a drop ship. Okay, all right. I am maybe going to go for some drops here. I'll never say no to drops in StarCraft. They're so powerful. Recalls are good. Shuttle shenanigans are good. Overlord drops are so good. Drop ships, maybe the least effective form of dropping of the 3 races in StarCraft, but still very good. We've seen it work very, very well. Again, from players like Ample. So Lurker's back from the top of the ramp so that tanks can't just fire on them. Irradiates can still come in. There are no tanks in this group anyway. Doesn't matter. Yeah, science vessels. The gas is going to go to science vessels instead of tanks right now. Because whatever, man. These tanks are not providing the value that I want. Oh, it's another sick Dark Swarm placement. The tank dies. Yeah, science vessels are a more reliable use of gas. It's where Haya is right now. The tanks are not getting anything done. Keller's like, nah, not happening. Hey, look, a third base is on the way here from Haya. Not going for a 2-base all-in at all. Excellent. Actually, very, very good news. But anabolic synthesis coming in, metasynaptic node. Oh, a battle cruiser. A battle cruiser is operational. Almost. Almost operational. Not quite. Alright, dropships are here, and that's the thing. These Mutas and Scourge are waiting for this. He knows, he's prepared for it. Ah, the lurkers say, get off my lawn. Dark Swarm lurkers pushes these guys back. They radiate, not a ton of them. No, 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 no. Bad. Bad Marines. Oh, you paid for it with your lives, so you know how bad you are. I don't know about these drops. I really don't know about these drops. Okay, maybe dropping up to the third base. There's a lot of Lings. They've got 1-1 and Adrenal, so they're not 0-0 anymore, which is encouraging. The dropships totally get scouted by these lurkers, and oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, hang on. Interesting. So waited a second to actually, I don't know if he didn't see it or what. All right, so this drop is going to get overwhelmed and absolutely killed, but you know, back themselves into a corner. Oh, lurkers from the low ground are getting spines up too. These are Adrenal Lings, baby. Reinforcements come in. Lurker down, irradiated defiler. Consume. Dark Swarm to the top of the ramp. Go, 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 go. There's not a fourth base here from Killer, actually. This pressure has prevented Killer from taking a fourth. He tried. He was clearing this area out for that, but no, the pressure from High has been too strong. I don't know what this group is doing exactly, other than trying to kill this one very specific lurker, which, ow, he gets 3 kills. Lurker splash, man. Oh, lurker down. Okay, it's really big. Okay, lurker down. Killing lurkers with Marines is a really good way to win this game. It's 129 to 117 supply here in favor of Killer. Again, but 3 base to 3 base, 42 to 43 workers. The Ultras are here, though. Oh, no. This usually spells doom. This usually spells doom for a Terran player when the Ultralisks have arrived. They've got Chitinous Plating. They've got the Anabolic Synthesis. And that's a GG. So that's a 2-0 win there for Killer today. I don't know. I think it was kind of premature for Haya to GG out. But when Ultralisks show up and all they have are Marines and no Spider Mines and this science vessel is dead. There are 3. Yep, these 2 are stacked. So 2 science vessels. You got a lot of Marines over here, and I don't know. Just kind of felt like it was premature. So Killer 2-0's Haya here today. And yeah, if you want to watch a little bit of an older cast of mine, stick around after the score, okay? Huh. 3 base to 3 base, 42 workers to 44 workers. The army size is bigger. And I don't know. Maybe Haya just didn't feel like playing against Ultralisks anymore? I don't know, man. All right, so 66,000 points to 53,000 points. Killer ahead. Outproduced the Terran player almost at a 2-1 margin. And lost 81 to 80. So there you go. Resources as well. Outspending your opponent by 5,000 resources in a 15-minute game. That is the way to go. So again, I'm not entirely sure what was going through Haya's head there, but maybe in the comments you can explain it to me. So that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another best of 3 StarCraft Brood War game and Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also find me at Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. Also, there's a subreddit, Falcon Paladin, if you want to check that one out. And yeah, that's until next time. Thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between Flash and Zero here on Destination Got this replay off of Team Liquid, the forums. If you look hard enough, you can find good replays, and I've been looking hard enough to find this replay. All right, so top side of the map here, we have the teal Zerg player. It is 0. And in the bottom side, it is Flash, the green Terran player. Hang on a second. Somebody... doesn't make any sense, dude. This is going to be a tough one for our colorblind fans and our normal, like, not colorblind fans, because these shades of green are not very far apart. Somebody in the comments a little bit ago said that there's an alternate color scheme if you go Shift-Tab-Tab, but looks like only yellow here is available. So anyway, it's going to be Flash versus 0. They are talking up a storm here on Destination. I had a request to do another Flash replay, and I said, it has been a while since I have cast Flash, so here we go. Bum, 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 bum. Bottom. Look at this guy. It's an Ursidon. Actually sending a drone out here is the Zerg player. What is this all about? I don't know, but it's a barracks first opening. About 12 supply there for Flash. Nothing too crazy there whatsoever. I did cast a ginormous best of 5 between these two players a couple of years ago. It's gotten a lot of attention. 0 and Flash just bring the best out of each other, I feel like. They're both incredible players. That is just without question here. And 12 hatching. On the top side there is our guy. So, actually, hold on a second. Let me search something real fast as this drone is trying to harass a little bit. Yeah, that's right. Zero did change his name to Queen. It's just, it's been so long. I've been calling him Queen so much that I forgot. So we'll call him Queen. How about that? That is his name currently. At the time this game was played, it was 0. But he's since changed it to Queen, and let's just call him Queen to respect the fact that he is Queen here in 2021 in this 1440p cast. Anyway, hope you're enjoying the additional detail available to us in 1440p. Just looks a little bit sharper, a little bit cleaner. That's what this is all about. Pool coming up here from the Zerg player. Overlord's counting around to see if there's an expansion yet, and there's not. As we are going into second supply depot, really worried about early lings, but that is not the case. I mean, this pool is about halfway complete. There's no reason to wall off this early. SCV is scouting around, trying to see what is what, and is going to recognize, okay, the timing on the hatch means that the pool is not done yet, so that's fantastic news for me. And there's no gas either, so yeah, don't have to worry about speedlings or anything. I'd say go for the expansion as soon as possible here for Flash. Although getting a factory, wow. Wow. Barracks into factory here with the gas. Is that only one worker on gas currently? Yeah, sure looks like it's one worker on gas until 92 gas and then pulling everybody off. Seems a weird number. Maybe we were intending to get to 100. I don't know. But anyway, Vulture coming out. He's not telling me what... There you go. There's your production tab. That is a glitchy thing about replays, though. Macro hatch coming up here, too, from Queen. Got a sunken colony coming up at the front. Gas is now finishing up, and Lings are coming out to see, are there Vultures coming to kill me? Are there Marines coming to kill me? No Marines at all, actually. Did we make any Marines today? Yes, one. One Marine to make sure an Overlord can't just free and easy scout on in here. Because if we're just going Vulture tank, that can't, you know, none of that stuff can shoot up at all. So Vulture going to cruise on in here, but there's going to be a sunken ready to go. And even if you try to run by with one Vulture, you're going to take a ton of shots to the body from this sunken colony. Plus, there's a couple Lings in the mix to kind of mess you up as well. Or there were Lings in the mix to mess you up as well. Did I hallucinate those? I may have done so. Just drones. Drones will try to mess you up as well, which is they're not good at, but they'll give it a shot anyway. There's your expansion from Flash. He's going for Spider Mine upgrade for them. Vultures, first of all. Got our Zerg music in the background, which again, this particular track doesn't seem to have any kind of a melody. It's really just about atmosphere. It kind of always makes me feel like I'm in a cave. Like it's kind of this echoey... You can hear those dongs. It kind of feels like it's echoing off the walls of something, probably a cave. Like it's a Zerg hatchery set inside a natural formation. It's a really good atmosphere. I like it. Lair just about to finish here from Queen. And on the other side, we'll get an engineering bay at some point, but second factory is started. We are just going straight mech today. We've seen Flash beat Zerg players by going straight bio with Science Vessel support. We've seen him beat Zerg players by going for bio into mech. And we've seen him go straight into mech and win games as well. So Overlord says, aha, second factory, cool. So I really don't have to worry about Marines all that much, do I? But I do have to worry about siege tanks maybe earlier than I would want to, and vultures for sure as well. So it seems to be Hydralisks. I don't know if you want to go into lurkers at this stage. It's not going to help you as much versus the siege tanks that are sure to come out of the southern section of the map here on Destination. That's for sure. Yep, Spider-Mine does take down a Zergling, but that's a fair trade. Queen is totally fine with that. And is there a third base, says this vulture? No. No, there is not a third base, but thank you for asking. Is he gonna... Yeah, oh, he's just doing the Goliath thing. So he's like, I know you're trying to go Mutalisks. I can tell based on your lair timing, you're trying to go Mutas. You got your second gas up. We're going to deal with those with Goliaths with the Charon booster upgrade. That's the plan here. We're not making Marines. We're not making an engineering bay for turrets. We're going to survive this with Goliaths, which is totally doable if you happen to be Flash. If you're not Flash, you can still probably pull it off, but maybe not against a Zerg player as good as Queen is here. Speed on the way for them. Hydralisks going for Pneumatized Carapace. So speed upgrade for the Overlords for scouting purposes. Scouting a little bit easier, I think, when there aren't any Marines on the field. Of course, you do have to worry about the aforementioned Goliaths. Hydras are pretty good at trading against Vultures. Less good at trading against Goliaths. Goliath DPS, I say this a lot, it's more than you think it is. Like, generally, it's true in Brood War that if something can shoot up and down, one of those attacks is weaker than the other one. And it's true, the ground attack is not as good as the anti-air attack for Goliaths, but it's still real beefy, man. It's 12 attack. Twin autocans, smashing stuff in the face. They do more damage than Marines do. That said, they're slower, so if they are retreating from something, doesn't go as well for them. But if they're setting up, attacking a base, and you can't run away from them, you're going to have a bad time. Charon Boosters is on the way. We have a Spire, but I don't think we made any Mutas, did we? We were just spending our gas on other stuff at the moment, although sitting on 400 gas. It feels like Zero was trying to go for Muta. Maybe just for Scourge to deal with any science vessels that happen to be on the field here today, because it really has to be said, you need science vessels in your compositions, no matter what you're doing against Zerg, just because Irradiate is such a good spell, and the ability to Irradiate Defilers especially is going to come in handy. Even if your opponent doesn't make any Lurkers or Ultralisks, there's still going to be Defilers, and Irradiating those is exceptionally useful. Still no third base. I worry about this for Queen quite a bit. It's time, though, right? We're at 49 supply, sitting at about 600 minerals. Go. Friend. Oh, I guess we're expanding over here instead. All right, I guess that's where your third base is. You have enough money to make a fourth, though. Might as well double expand. That's the thing. Oh, wait a second. I keep expecting tanks, but you know what we're not really making is tanks. We have a lot of Goliaths. We saw Advokat, the Russian Terran player, really stick it to Jadong in a replay not too long ago, well, at least on the channel, but several years ago in real life, where he just made Goliaths and had a really solid timing attack. So I'm wondering if Flash is just going for something along those lines. Just a ton of Goliaths. You can deal with the Hydras exceptionally well, way better than you would expect to be able to, especially if you have +1 attack, and especially if the Hydras don't have any armor or attack upgrades. Also, they can handle the Mutalisks. We saw Idra do this to someone as well on the channel. So this is a fairly rare tactic that we're seeing out of Flash. But you know what? If your opponent's going for them Hydras, not a bad idea. It's almost like Lings would be way better against this. Zerglings getting a surround on Goliath is actually Goliath's worst nightmare. And we did make a ton of Mutas, finally. It's later, but recognizing we can't really harass all that much. Oh, we did end up making an engineering bay and a billion... just a lot of missile turrets. All right, fair enough. We do need missile turrets today, Flash. Heaven, you know, far be it from me to tell you what you need to do. Boom, boom. All right, so the Mutas control the skies. There is no Irradiate available. There are no science vessels, although we're working on it. Science facility is done. We've got our... There it is. Science facility starting... Bleh, science vessel starting now. Mutaflock is 8. It's not 12. It's not 11. It's not 13. It's 8. They're stacked up. They're ready to try to kill some stuff, but the range on these Goliaths, they do half damage to the Mutas because of the types of damage we're dealing with here. But the distance from which they can attack compared to the distance that the mutas can attack means they're taking fire without really being able to retaliate, and that just sucks for them. Did end up taking a 4th base over here on the left side, so I like what Queen is doing. I'm not going to argue with him here. He's got a ton of Hydralisks out. Again, I'd really like to see mutas added into the mix, especially if there aren't a ton of spider mines or a ton of siege tanks either. And these might be the last spider mines on the map. Actually, I mean, I'm looking for other instances of green out there. I don't see it. It is so hard to tell these two different shades of green apart. It's it's a little bit crazy. All right, Mutaflock 12 at least right now. Several of them are injured. We're getting air armor. Air Carapace on the way now from Queen. Really wants to kind of lean into these Mutalisks against this Goliath count, recognizing there are no Marines. Irradiate might be done already. I didn't see that come through and get researched, but we definitely have science vessels. There we go. Irradiate starting now. 7 more mutas on the way. All right, we are committing to this. Additionally, we're just sending overlords out. I think we're scouting missions here on Destination to see what is what, and the answer is not much right now. Flash is at home, but he might be moving out based on the siege modes we're hearing. Yeah, siege mode sounds. We're hearing down to the south. So we're going to try to spread out, get a ton of vision on the map here. We look at it. That's pretty good, man. Look at that vision we've got. Right side, left side, center. Flash kind of hemmed in. When he does move out, he's not going to sneak out. That's for sure. And that's a big deal. That's a really nice big deal for Queen. Taking a 3rd base over to the left side, which again is getting scouted because this Overlord is fantastic. Mutas, that is so many Mutalisks trying to jump on top of this, but the turret count just covering this main base so exceptionally well. The mutas aren't going to get anything done. What they kill? Maybe 2, 3 turrets here, maybe a supply depot, but that was about it. Yeah, Mutalisks aren't necessarily combat units in a lot of ways. They're great at killing stuff that can't shoot back. Really good at killing siege tanks, for example, but not so good at killing other things. But this is, my gosh, this is the most Mutalisk we've seen in one place in a long time on the channel. I'm feeling like here in 2021. +1 armor. Working on +2 armor. Almost done there. And then, oh, there we go. Carapace ground upgrades and melee attack upgrades. And a Queen's Nest. We might try to go for Ultras here. If the siege tank isn't too high, and it's a lot of Goliaths, Ultras can be pretty darn good. But my gosh, here comes the chaos. We are just wandering into death here. Irradiate all over everything. The Goliaths firing from off screen for the most part. The Mutalisks are not happy. I'm not convinced that Queen actually split all that well against that Irradiate, or those multiple Irradiates, and now the Hydras are left, and the Siege Tanks are handling those quite nicely with their +2 attack, and the Mutas have to get on out of here. So Queen going for it, absolutely making an attempt to go for it here. Didn't really work out for him. It's 111 to 89 total supply. Flash has a lead. Going to start marching out a little bit here, picking off some of these Overlords. Causing everyone some trouble. The Hydras, again, not bad here, but when the tanks siege up, it's really time to get on out. They've got 2-1 upgrades, just like the siege tanks do, so at least they're keeping a pace with that. Both players just making nothing but Goliaths. I guess there's one siege tank on the way. And Hydralisks. A Hive is on the way back home for the Zerg player 2. Third base, happily running, happily defended here. And trying to attack down the left side again. Here comes Queen, but I don't know about this, lads. Those tanks are sieging up, and once that sound comes up, you get your Hydras out of there. Starting to add a few more Lings to the mix. I just feel like if you get a surround here, get surrounded by Cracklings with full upgrades, you could crush this army. I don't know that Hydras are necessarily what you want. Again, far be it for me to tell Queen how to play this, but I just think if the siege count isn't super heavy, and you come at them from different angles, if the Lings can get on top of all this stuff, they can close the distance. These are danger points. This is all a danger point. Then maybe he can get something done. But yeah, Flash, just slow and steady. That's what he does, man. He's the tortoise. Fourth base coming up back left. He's not overextending himself. He's not sending units out on suicide missions. He's just, you know, inviting Queen to attack into him so he can eat the damage, do more damage in turn, and just get a good trade. This is generally how this works. Guess while we're waiting, quick plug for the merchandise for the Falcon Paladin channel. Just go to falconpaladin.store. You'll see hoodies, you'll see hats and pillows and t-shirts and mugs and all sorts of cool stuff. If you want to join the Falcon Paladin merch crew, you can check out what the prices are in multiple different currencies, no matter where you are in the world. I think we have you covered for the most part. But yeah, check out falconpaladin.store for your StarCraft needs. Boom, boom, there's your consume. There are your defilers. That's what we've been getting up to high for here at 15 minutes. Yeah, I think Flash wants Queen to attack in here. He's not moving out. He's not really threatening any of these bases, right? He's just, I guess, hoping and expecting Queen to attack face first into this. Queen's at 126 total supplies, working on additional flyer attacks. We are seeing, like, some of the most Mutalisk upgrading we've seen in some time on this channel as well. And here we go again. This is what I'm talking about. This is Queen sort of attacking into an entrenched position. Look at this. Hey, there's a free siege tank. How many mutas are going to die? I don't know, 3? Is that a good trade? No. Right? Mutalisks are 100, 100 each. Some vultures try to sneak on up to this 4th base, but that does not happen for them at all. Plague being researched here by Queen. Enjoying that stuff for sure. Love to see some good Plague dropped on top of these mech units. Repairing all of them is expensive and time consuming, and not something that Flash wants to do. He will, I think, he will repair them. Because you have to. I mean, you really can't leave Goliath sitting at 1 HP against this particular composition. In general, you just can't. Adrenal glands on the way here. It's 2-3 upgrades at 17 minutes for the mech. 2-2 here for the Hydralisk. The wings are sitting at 2-1. With +2 attack on the way for those guys. There's your consumes. It's kind of a satisfying sound, isn't it? Although I guess people who play against Zerg a lot are like, no, I hate that sound. That sound kills me. Yeah, it's precursor to death for a lot of people, but not really for Flash. So Flash is pretty happy to sit on 4 bases here, I guess. Maybe eventually make him move out. Yeah, there are some spider mines. So the more spider mines they are, the less likely my Zergling idea is going to work super well. But we're just containing, I think, at this stage. This is just Zero having extra bases, 1 extra base up on Flash. Some vultures cruising on into this extra base on the right side and going to kill several drones, all of the drones at this base, actually. And then also totally die. Because they're getting chased by mutas. But these are YOLO vultures! And they all die, but good target firing. Obviously great target firing. Several of those drones get killed too. So we're down to 46 workers here for Queen. Not a great number when Flash is at 65 SCVs for sure. Ultralisk Cavern's on the way here. Do we feel like this is the plan, or is this an option? Do we feel like we want to have Ultralisks for tanking purposes? They can be pretty good at absorbing tank fire and letting the Lings and Hydras and mutas get on top of everything else. I mean, the mutas obviously aren't bothered by the tanks, but the other stuff. This is a really important base for Flash to keep. If you can hang on to this base, I think he wins this game. If that is too presumptuous of me to say, let me know. But it sure seems like if he's able to hang on to this one, that's going to be a victory for him. I don't know. We'll see. We have a lot of game yet. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Just helps the YouTube algorithm know that I'm here. And if you want, leave me a comment. I do read every comment anyone ever leaves on any of my videos. I'm not so big that I can't do that. I understand there are YouTube channels that are massive and get, 100,000 comments in the first hour of posting their video, and they can't read their comments because obviously, duh. But I obviously can, because I am not nearly that big. This is going to be a pretty hotly contested base, I feel like. feel like the side bases here on Destination are generally the most attacked when it comes down to it. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know if you want to expand up here. If you're queen, there's siege tanks. They just move up a little bit. Suddenly they're in spitting distance of your hatchery. More vulture attacks, man. Yeah, man. Queen having to spend minerals on drones is not what he wants to do today. Both players maxed out. This has been an extremely, extremely patient TVZ here for your Saturday. I hope you're enjoying it, nevertheless, because I think we're going to start seeing some stuff here real soon. Real soon. My gosh, this vulture is getting more kills. There you go, queen. Take it down. We're slowly inching forward here if we're flash. Just a little bit here. Nah, this is what I'm talking about. These positions, right side, left side, firing from the low ground to the high ground. Attacking up a ramp is generally a bad idea if you're Protoss or Zerg, but doing it against Zerg, especially if you're Terran, I guess if you're fighting against Protoss as well, it's pretty good. Oh, the irradiates, though. Coming on in. Overlords actually accepting a lot of fire, but no. This is no. All right. Well, I mean, it's a fun idea. Hey, now we get some Dark Swarm. Now we get some Plague Goo all up in here. This is a little bit interesting, although the tanks are being protected by Dark Swarm pretty effectively. The Hydras are not doing super well here. Are there Lings in the mix at all, or is this just all Hydras? Man, this Vulture that snuck... 14 kill Vulture up there that snuck up during the chaos. 14 kill Siege Tank, 6 kill Siege Tank. These are double Dark Swarms. You can't even really tell what's under there all that much, but apparently it's 3 Siege Tanks. They got Plagued that ended up getting a ton of kills. That is 30, like basically 36, 35 kills between them. Man, guess what's on the way though? 14 Ultralisks in production from Queen. I don't know if there's anything in StarCraft that gets me more hyped than seeing 14 Ultralisks in production at the same time. They have their full upgrades. They've got their speed. They are ready to rock. How many siege tanks and spider mines are left? It may be a lot, actually. Man, I don't know. We haven't seen Ultralisk lines do all that well against Flash in the past. So, all right. I'm going to kill some stuff over here. Get into this 5th base of Flash down on the right side. Oh, never mind. Died from the Irradiate and the other damage taken. Yeah, Flash is fine. Flash is just 100% fine with these proceedings. I do not support Queen A-moving. I mean, it's not A-moving. He's casting spells, and he's bringing in Overlords, and he's flanking and stuff. But attacking into an entrenched Terran player who is Flash with 3/3 siege tanks is just, you're not going to get good trades that way. And I don't know that you have enough income to warrant doing this over and over. Like, you can, if you have a ton more income than Flash does, right? You're going to make bad trades, but it doesn't matter because you have a lot of income. You don't. You really haven't mined a whole lot from this right side base because of many attacks that we've seen in there. Trying to jump in here with an Ultra Hydra army. The Irradiates on the Overlords is interesting. Okay, this is... this is just feeling like a bit of a futile game for the Zerg player. Once Flash gets to this point, he's just a juggernaut. He's just a beast. And... it's easy to say, hard to do, but you just can't attack into him when his tanks are sieged. You can't do it. Man, still covering this left side a whole bunch with a bunch of siege tanks. The right side is unopposed. Once again, this base is under fire, and there's really not much that Queen is doing to defend it. A couple Ultras come down this way. All right. Lings with adrenal glands putting in extra damage. Very nice. Bringing in some friendly fire tank splash. This hatch is probably dead. Flash being extremely patient coming up this right side. Yeah, enough 3/3 Vultures that even Sunkens aren't really a threat to them anymore, especially not a single Sunken working on their own. And yeah, by the way, if you're enjoying the StarCraft content, I do have, boy, so many Brood War videos on this channel. I post them 5 times a week. You can support me on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for as little as $1 a month. If you feel like supporting me, I appreciate it. If you don't, no worries. Alrighty then. Trying to save his right side base here is Queen, using Dark Swarm pretty darn well, but boy, just so many siege tanks at the bottom of this ramp. And the left's okay. So I think this is going to be GG. 179 versus 92 supply here for Flash. And once again, man, Flash just basically just taking his bases, just pushing along the right side a little bit and winning. He didn't even have to kill this hatchery. That is how dominant Flash was here today. My goodness. Yeah, and Queen just attacking on into siege tanks. Huh. Like, Flash didn't actually have to cross the halfway point of this map to win this game. Right? Just with a couple of vultures, he crossed it. No siege tanks, no drops, no science vessels, just defending very, very well, very economically, getting good upgrades, good irradiates, and winning. This is how you do it, Terran players. I don't even I don't even know what to tell you right now other than that's it. That's exactly how to do. This is textbook TVZ, and it's Flash. Like, you clicked on this. You knew what you were getting into. This really... So here's the thing. This map feels pretty Terran favored. At least if they're going mech. There's not a lot of area to cover here to cover your direct attack areas, right? And then this is a narrow area. And then you can low ground siege on both sides here and really make sure these side bases are hard for the Zerg player to take. And that's it, right? Those are the keys. I think we have seen ZVT wins for Zerg on this map, but I just have memories of lesser players than this trying this, and it looked pretty much the same for the Zerg player in that situation too. Like, the Zerg player was not as good with Dark Swarm or Plague at all, and was just kind of running haphazardly into siege tanks and dying miserably. But I mean, again, Queen was using the spells correctly and still running into siege tanks and dying haphazardly. Fun stuff. All right, let's see how much of a shellacking this was, shall we? 25 minutes and 46 seconds, 220,000 points for Flash, 170,000 points for our guy, Queen. Outproduced the Terran player by almost a 2-to-1 advantage here. That is very close to 2-to-1. Only killed 133 and lost 432 of his Zerg units. The ratio is not good. Oh wait, that's killed ratio. This is lost ratio. So yeah, same thing. 100 to 464. Similar numbers of building rays, which is not good for a Zerg player. And then resources did a pretty good job out mining Flash. Way more gas mined, more minerals mined by a significant margin, and outspent him by 14,000 resources. But cost efficiency, sieged up. You know, that's it. That's how this works. All right. Excellent stuff. That right there is going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.